And now we have the Ducati Monster 821 here in lovely California. Start of my trip. Oh, I'm so excited for this bike. So excited for this bike. I'd say it's time to take it out for a little ride. So, let's begin. Ooh. Very exciting. So, let me get this thing tried in. We're going to see what this baby can handle. We're going to compare it to my street triple back home. I don't really know how it's going to be entirely, but ooh, that is a light thing. It's a nice little kick up. Stiff shifter. Where's the bike point? There it is. Oh gosh, the pegs are in a really weird position. Both of them actually. I got to ride out even more than my street triple. It you can't see it, but on the pegs it's like, you know, way there. Okay, brakes. Yeah, that is an intense shift. All right, but normally I have trouble with let's see how this goes with the mirrors because I have such wide shoulders. It's a real problem. Whoa. Whoa. This is different. This is different. What am I resting on? Resting on anything. And I miss my tank grips. Amen, gripping the tank so easy. It feels like a slippery little bitch. Ride the slippery bitch. Oh, it's also way softer than my bike. Way softer. But it is definitely torquey, and it's got that great sound to it. Great V-twin sound. It reminds me of my SV650. Kind of miss that bike. But this is supposed to be like the triple. We will see. I have got this thing for 2 whole days, 2 whole weekends here in the Bay Area, and I'm going to make damn good use of it. Yeah, it's certainly not as refined as this triple. I'm going to have to say that. And Jesus, the brakes work for sure. This clutch is a little bit more forgiving as well than I expected. I kept hearing like, oh, the Ducati clutches are different and you got to work with them and stuff like that. I will say, I cannot find a good position for my feet though. Man, I have size 12 feet and, well, this thing does not fit. My right foot, I think, is actually resting on the exhaust itself, and I can't for the life of me figure out a way that I might fix that. In fact, I'm gonna pull in right here and see what the hell is actually happening. Alright. Okay. So, no? Oh, no, that's smart. Okay. So, wait. Yeah, normally, if I was sitting on that, my foot would be resting on the exhaust, but they have this little exhaust guard, if you will. So my foot rests on top of that, and I can feel good about not messing stuff up. Okay. Actually, take it back. I'm going to take El Camino down to where I need to go. Whoa! That is off then on. It just, wow. the throttle response is not even close. So when I get on the throttle on the triple, it's like this. When I'm on this, it's like just nothing on full throttle. So that's pretty hilarious. But I'll tell you what, oh my god, it's so exciting. It is exciting, and ooh. Only go up to 11,000 though. We'll see how this runs. Alright. So I'm definitely feeling like this suspension is going to be soft for my weight. I mean, I'm what? 215 plus whatever gear I have, so maybe 245. No. Yeah, 235 maybe. But I just had to have my triple resprung and revalved to make it real nice. But this one, I have no idea. I know it's in good condition. I know it's gonna ride well, but I have no idea what it's gonna be like after that. We'll get ourselves onto El Camino Real, and then we'll head on down to 92, ride up Skyline. First things. Yeah, you really gotta get on there. What does that yellow light mean? What does it mean? Whoa! That is an intense shift. That I need to fix that mirror. Yes. And that is some intense. Ooh, that is pretty intense engine braking. All right, so we'll stop up here. It's also vibrating like I would not believe. Maybe I've just gotten used to the triple smoothness, but wow, I have to find that shifter. Okay, and go. Better, kind of better, better-ish. All right, we're getting used to the clutch and the throttle play now. I can't find myself relaxing on my feet though. It just feels like I'm always on the balls of my toes. Can't really do anything about it. Just ride around. It's so easy to ride around in first though. It just feels natural. All right, what the? Oh, I'm in first. Okay. Roll on, roll off is, ooh, every time you shift it just pops up. Interesting. Kind of a slow, I gotta blip the throttle way more to get it to pop up the revs enough to downshift. Huh. Wow, God, it just snaps you back whenever you shift. I have a gas gauge on the triple. I don't have a gas gauge here. Do I have? I got speed. Well, that's kind of nice. I don't have a temperature gauge on mine. Average MPG. Should have asked. Getting 50 miles a gallon. That's pretty good. It doesn't tell me constant average. That's not very good. 23. Alright, I will go around these people. Don't have a gear indicator. Just know when I'm neutral. Gotta remember. Like a poor person. So overall, it's similar to the triple, but also quite different. Yep, there's first. Go around this guy. the shifting is just, I can't seem to get it in the right rev range. It was effortless in the triple. But what am I talking about? This thing is fucking great. This thing's fucking great. So one thing I didn't really talk about just yet is that apparently there are 3 modes: urban, touring, and sport. Starting off here in urban to, you know, let the throttle response be a little more ginger, a little more of that traction control, a little more of that ABS stuff. Because I don't want to, you know, just crash immediately after getting this thing. But after I feel a little more comfortable with it, we'll shift into the other modes and go for a little ride. And can I say, oh, it's so nice to lane split again. After being away from it for so long on my bike, it's just, there's so much room. We gotta watch out for this guy right here. I think I might make a little video on how to do effective lane splitting while I'm here in SF, because it's one of those things that occurs to me that if you haven't grown up living here, you're not used to the requirements that it would take to be able to effectively lane split, and you kind of just like learn these things over time. So, wow, okay. The butt dyno is liking it. I'm not going to make that. Let's see these brakes. Brakes good. Brakes real good. There we go. Okay, now we're in touring mode. Whoa! Whoa! Felt the wheel get light there, and the mirrors are vibrating so much that it's like a fuzzy mess. No, everything is fuzzy. So, second gear. Oh my god. Something else. Jesus. Also, something I'm noticing is an interesting effect of the brakes, the way that the pegs are on the brakes, the way my foots are on it. Woo. Woo. When I step on the rear brake, it's basically me stepping on the rear brake. If I had this bike, I would get rear sets. Bumps, feeling some. The softness of the suspension leads actually quite well to the absorptions of bumps. It's just that the personality of the engine, it's just so strong that it just likes to override all the other things that you're feeling about it. It's like, oh, how an engine! How about the engine? All the other things are quite nice too. Okay. Okay, no blinker. Just, what are you doing? What are you... you don't know what you're doing. I think he was texting. Pretty sure he was texting. Alright, so I know this was a little thing, but I was thinking about the little indicator, and I kind of don't like it. So it's got a very small amount of travel, and so you kind of don't really know if it's indicating, and then the little lights that are on there are pretty small. And so, you know, and this little button here that's like a multi-purpose button only really does one, like it's a little click and it does multiple things, so you can't always tell what it's actually doing. So I don't always know, I don't get the feedback that I would like to have from, you are definitely indicated, you have definitely canceled the indicator. So, but it's a little thing. But sometimes when you know, get a bike like this, you know, you're spending a bit of money. You wanna have the bike that you wanna have. So, yeah. I wonder if with those, why does it do the red lights? What does that mean? Does it mean that the traction control engaged? I had a little orange light, and then I had like a bunch of red lights. But I have no idea what they mean. They could mean literally anything. If I were to guess, I would say it's the traction control, but I don't know. I just don't know. Let's try to do this. Is there a clock on here? I think there's a clock on here. Should be time. Yeah, okay. There is a clock on here. I want that. You know, and this is the highest praise that I could possibly give to my little SV, but this Ducati sounds like my SV. A little bit. Alright. Let's just work our way through here. So easily thread the needle, and we'll go right through there. And the dreaded shift into neutral. Good job. Good job. I think, yeah, I'm thinking what I need to do is adjust my throttle response so that I actually do the right thing when I'm shifting, because I feel like a new rider learning to shift for the first time on a motorcycle. Alright. Okay, there we go. It's, you know what I will say? Because of this upright position and these big, wide, long bars, it's very, very easy to have the control that you need to have when, you know, moving in those tight corners. It's like really easy for me to maneuver through cars, even at this little place. So we're not even in San Francisco yet, where splitting gets more difficult because of the narrower roads, but I can already tell these bars, they really make a difference. In fact, it actually feels like it's easier to turn them than it is on my triple. So +1 for the Ducati. Alright, so we're about to get on the highway, and we will see how highway riding is. Okay. Down through there. Yeah. We'll do a little better. Let's get ahead of this guy. Jesus, every time I shift, it snaps. Every time. Okay. Head up to Half Moon Bay. Okay. Leaning off is a little more difficult. Kind of a wider tank. But other than that, this is, oh my god, it's got so much torque. And when you're at the slightly higher revs, it doesn't snap on, snap off like it does at the lower revs. It kind of comes on like a person breathing in and then yelling. The one thing I will say is that the travel of the throttle is shorter than I thought. So it's like, see if I can look at it and also do the thing. But full throttle, that's what I got. So no throttle, full throttle. That's actually only about 3/8 of a turn. I'm used to bringing it down to at least maybe 5/8 of a turn, a little bit past a half turn for like a full range of throttle. So that might have something to do with the type of throttle response that I'm expecting. You know? Actually sitting in the seat, this is really quite comfortable. Probably more comfortable than my triple. That is a bit surprising. This seat is so comfy. So, we're to go head up Skyline. Not too much traffic. We will see how this thing feels in the corners. This is the whole reason why I bought this, so or I'm sorry, the whole reason why I'm renting this, didn't buy it. Well, those shifts.